Hello guys, today we're gonna go through summonings, and what I want to talk about is how you can get more heroes in the current season if you don't have any diamonds. And what I usually do on my free-to-play is I go into the wishlist and I select the new heroes from the season and get as many copies as I can of them. So for example, I could go with both Damien and Indrisi, and if I wanted to get Veloria, what I can do is go in and use up all of my summons for all recruits. And then I just have to wait for the swaps to come in that we get from the season. So next week, or if you have the monthly benefits, you actually get this. So the monthly benefit is if you purchase any of the Zacess, you get that. So you would be able to get the A-level swap tickets now, and then we'll have to wait 2 weeks. For free-to-play, it's 3 weeks, and then you can swap. So you don't have to stress about getting these copies right now. But if you are lacking diamonds in general, this is how I always do it. Or putting the new heroes here. So now we have the S tiers here. So if I wanted to go for another S tier, and usually I recommend doing this later in the season when we know more about Endless Dreamer and so on, for example. And that way you can also put in the A levels in here as well, because they are usually a bit harder to get. But what you start doing is like what I just mentioned. You just start summoning and you make sure you get the copies, and then later on you can swap them. And that way you get the current heroes as well from the season. That was actually a decent pull. I just want to see if I can get anyone right here. Nope. So that's how I usually do it. And then you have to make sure that you don't swap any of the good heroes out. And I still have A levels from the past season, because if you don't use them, you can actually use them in the future as well. And it's really good to save them if you don't have a current need for it. So don't use them for your small upgrades as well. Save them for the future, because we never know when they're gonna buff a hero, or when they're gonna have a really good set of charm bonuses, for example. So having swap tickets just laying around, you will never be punished by, basically. Unless you're missing out of major rewards in the current season and saving it and hoping that a new hero will become really OP again. That might be a bit punishing, but if you're already maxing out most of the stuff, like you're getting great ranks in Dream Realm, you're having great progress in Supreme Arena, and just all the modes in general, then you don't need to use the swap tickets, and you can save them up, like I have right here, for the future, because if they're buffed, or if they get really good charms, they might have a future use. So also, saving them is not that bad. So, yeah. But what you want to do, back to my major point, is
in the Queen's name,
use these to your advantage, and just make sure you are able to summon for them. Make sure you get as many copies as you can, but also do your research and see on what stage you need to get a new hero. Because if you only need to get them to Mythic Plus, for example, then you don't need to invest that much in summons here either. Right now I have a lot of summons and a lot of diamonds, but I will do that in another video. But yeah, just make sure you save it and you can swap them later. It's really good. I've done it a ton, and that's actually the only reason why I don't have any S tier swaps here, or S level swaps, is because I've actually done them before and swapped them for current and really good heroes. So that's just my small trick, and gonna make sure that not even in this season, but in future season, you're proofing your account. And just make sure that you wait a bit as well once heroes comes out, because it takes a while. And my honest advice to free-to-play players is before you ever summon for anyone in a season, you always want to make sure you know how they're gonna perform in endless mode in Dream Realm, because that can either make or break your account. And using one of your swap tickets in the beginning of season can be a bit iffy as well, unless the hero is really broken. And yeah, just make sure you do that. It's really good for you. It's gonna help you progress your account. It's gonna help you with future progress. I mentioned it a lot, but it really does matter how you manage all of your resources, and swap tickets is a huge one, and you can't just go around and waste them however you want to. They're a really good resource to have. Even if you feel like you're missing out on something, they're really good to have around, just in case some heroes get really good charms or buffed in the future. So this was a bit of a quick video. I just wanted to throw it out there. But as always, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.